All right. Welcome back, my regular viewers, listeners, and watchers. And of course, if you happen to be here for the very first time, welcome. Before I go any further, my name is Rahul George, India's premier self hypnosis coach and your personal guide. So, the topic for today is for today's pod is something that is extremely close to my heart. And especially as a digital coach, this is, I'm sure, something that you already truly connect with. And maybe if you've been feeling a little out of sorts with being a digital coach, today's pod might remind you again of why you were bitten by the bug, why somehow um, a while back, that a while back could be a few years, it could be many years, if not decades, if you're anything like me, um, where you just kind of felt that, this is what I'm meant to do literally for the rest of my life. So, the topic for today's pod is all about holding space. And I've been very fortunate to have learned from some absolutely amazing mentors, teachers over the years, and people who are absolute, they're these are people who really devoted their lives to learning their craft and learning from them, being in that space with them as they in turn held space for other people, people like me who had come to learn. This is something that I put out as you could say I manifested it. I genuinely put this out there in my future, saying, it's like the when I grow up, this is who I want to be. This is what I want to be doing. And now, of course, many years later, it's like literally for me, it's been just over 21 years since I, started on this journey. And today, I can definitely tell you, when and in doing the work that I do, um, the real work, as I see it, is more about holding space than the skills, than the way in which you are able to help people. So, if you're a digital coach who's let's say focusing on one or maybe a combination of these streams, right? We talk about the 5 streams. What are these streams? Health, wealth, relationships, spirituality, and purpose. So if maybe you do a combination of these streams, or maybe you focus on one stream, but at the core of what you're teaching, of what you're helping your clients with, your students with, is primarily you're holding space, right? And the more you're willing to, and the more you allow yourself to be that version of you that's able to hold space for them, miracles happen, right? And it's like, we all have that one special teacher in our lives from literally when we were little kids, who we always hold in high regard, right? It's like, if you think about, it's like for most of us, we did 12 years of schooling, and in those 12 years, you'll probably remember less than a handful, like maybe like 2 or maybe 3 teachers who genuinely left that deep impression in your life. And I'm not talking about teachers who, um, who I guess in a way, you know, who you didn't have a good relationship with, right? Teachers who kind of um, disciplined you. I'm not talking about teachers like that. I'm saying genuinely, like when you reflect back and you remember maybe 1 or 2 teachers fondly, these are the teachers, and maybe they were not necessarily aware of the terminology like today we use terminology, but basically it's this it's this art, it's this act of holding space that is what creates transformation. So, as I was wrapping up my session with my members in my group, it just reminded me And even as I've been reflecting back on the last couple of days, especially this week, this month, my birthday month, um, it just reminded me that we're very blessed to be to have found this vocation of being digital coaches, because one, we can literally be anywhere and reach out to so many, literally across, right, across the city, across the the country, even across the globe. And to me, this is just a reminder that um, the more we remember that we are here to hold space, the work just literally um, it morphs into magic, right? So again, I want to thank you. It's like, because I know that this is coming somewhere from your manifestation, your wanting to hear this message, that somewhere you're like, is there somebody that can speak on this? That is what helps me keep showing up. And today I'm at that point where definitely been doing this for quite a while. And it just, it never ceases to amaze me. I mean, it literally makes me smile every time I know, okay, now I'm going to record my pod. So with that, I want to thank you once again, and especially if you've come all the way uh, till this point in the pod. I just wanted to know that you are special, right? So if you reached all the way till here in the pod, whether you're watching this on YouTube, if you're watching this on YouTube, of course, please do like and subscribe, because that is what feeds the algorithm. That's what lets them know that there are more coaches, there are more people like you that truly can benefit from these pods, from this pod. So do like and subscribe. And of course, as a bonus, you can always share this with a friend. Um, so yeah, like I said, I really want to thank you for being you and for doing the work that you're doing as a digital coach. And I will be back again. As I said, I do this every day, and you can obviously catch this on my Facebook page. I do have a Facebook group. It's called Self Hypnosis Mastermind. So you're welcome to watch it there. But more importantly, you're welcome to join. And it's kind of, you can, it's part forum, which means we discuss topics of hypnosis and how you can, especially as a digital coach, how you can turn things around in your life. And maybe you're a digital coach who has already spent time and effort and money on learning tools, technology, and you've invested in mentors, but somehow, in spite of doing all of that, when you look at your bank balance, it doesn't add up, right? There's something missing. So you've done all the conventional, and you're like, okay, what am I missing? Like, why is it that they are moving ahead and I'm not, right? Why is it my peers who started with me, they've moved far ahead and I'm still stuck here? So if that is where you're at, I can definitely tell you that I feel you. I've been there. And what I did discover, and I was very blessed to be able to discover this, that in my experience, it was a lot to do with my own negative self beliefs. And more importantly, for me, as I started to create more positive self beliefs, I started to notice the shifts in my own life. And today I'm at that point where I'm starting to see that even in the lives of my clients and my students. So, if you are in that space where you're thinking, Mera number kab aayega, that's literally the reason why I've created a workshop on Sunday. It's happening at 11 a.m. This is a 60-minute session. It's a workshop, so it's interactive, and of course, you'll get to meet me live, and you can ask questions. But more importantly, you can experience self hypnosis if you've never done that before, and I'll show you how you can actually start to make that shift in your own, and more importantly, create positive, powerful self beliefs. And when you do this long enough, literally things just shift, and it'll be, as they say, seismic, meaning it'll be really, really massive, because the point is, you've already done a lot of the work. but there's this one piece that's missing. So, if you're in that phase in your life where you're like, okay, I've got nothing to lose, or more importantly, you're like, okay, I've tried other things, those haven't worked. Somehow I feel maybe this could work. So don't just take my word for it. In fact, I've made the process very, very simple. So the workshop happens on Sunday. And once you finish that, you have you literally have the opportunity to be able to enroll in a 4-week trial membership where you can actually see how self hypnosis can make that difference in your life. Because again, as I said, it's not about me. It's when you're applying it over a 4-week process, a 4-week period. If things are already starting to shift, then you know that this is working for you, right? So I'm really looking forward to seeing you live, and of course, the details will be there in on Facebook and YouTube, uh, and of course, depending on where you've watched this, you're welcome to send me a direct message if you have any questions, and more importantly, if you want me to create content on any particular topics, just drop me a question or a topic. And last but not the least, if there's any way in which I can help you, just let me know. All right. So I want to thank you once again. And as always, remember to live with purpose. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.